welcome back to Code with Gabriel. In this series, I'm just going to show you Linux commands, some commands that you need to get yourself familiar with within Linux. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright, so what you have to do is just when you fire up your terminal right here. So by default, you are going to have something like this in front of you. So permit me to view that up to zoom it here. You're going to have something like this in front of you, and we have a lot of commands to learn. In fact, we have a lot of commands to learn, and let me create a leaf pad for that. We have a lot of commands to learn because command is very essential within Linux. So what I did is I parted this screen into two. You can do that by pressing the window key followed by the arrow key or Windows 2. So the first command I want to show you is ls, the second command is cd, the third command I want to show you is present working directory, and the fourth command I want to show you is who am I. And then if any of them actually comes to me again, then I'm going to go ahead and fire up, because all these all these commands are very important. So the first command you want to learn is ls. So ls actually stands for list. So list, and what it does is that it actually lists the contents of a directory. So that's what ls command do. So this will actually change a what's called a directory. So it traverses you from one directory to another, and this one shows us the present working directory that we have, so that we know actually from those directory where we are. And this one, what it shows you who you are on the system. So it shows your name, whoever log into the system. That's actually what the command actually shows like that. And then there is another one I missed, which is echo. Echo helps us to print into the console. So it helps us to print something into the console. And also I want to show you cat, which stand for cat. I think it's concat, to concatenate something. So concatenation like that. So you're supposed to concatenate file so to the console, so which means whatever is inside the file, it helps us to concatenate it to the console. So let's just learn these few commands that I listed here. As time goes on, if I remember anything, then I'm going to put it down or include it. So let's do ls. So ls actually stands for list item. You can see it actually lists the folder that we have for us, but the problem is that we don't know this folder. We don't know which folder we have on the system, and that is where the and that is actually where the present working directory comes in. So if you press present working directory, you can see shows that we are in splash home splash Gabriel. And if you remember from the last video I did, I told you that the home folder actually contains all the users. Then you can see from the home folder, it means we are user Gabriel. So this is actually where we are. So if you press ls again, we know we are showing content from the folder Gabriel, so from the user Gabriel right now. So which means I've shown you present working directory. So I'm just going to put asterisk on the ones I've shown you. I've shown you ls, so asterisk in front of it. Then cd now. So since we've actually listed what we are here, and you can see it gives us some color code here. So anyone that associates with folders, they are going to be blue in color. Anyone that is actually a folder is going to be blue in color, and anyone that is an image is going to be pink in color, I guess. And anyone that is a kind of a python, this is a python file, or that file is going to be green in color. And you can see it's actually color coded. So that's what I want to show you. So let's say from here we want to change our directory to documents right here. So all we have to just do is to say change directory, that is cd change directory into the name of the directory, which is documents, like that. Then we are inside the document. So immediately it indicates that we are inside the documents from here, which is something that is very superb. Another thing we can do is just issue the ls command. So the ls command also lists what is inside the document directory for us. So sorry, this is it, document directory for us. And as you can see, we have library folder here. What we can do, we can cd to library. Okay, and then there we are inside the library. So we have actually moved from the document to the library. So from the home folder, so this actually stands from home. These are this style that you are seeing here, this sign you are seeing here, this character you are looking at right here, I forgot the name. This actually indicates the home folder. Then from the home folder, we are inside the desktop, the documents. Then from the documents, we are inside the library. So if I just do ls list again, you see we have all this big what's it called list of informations there that's actually from the which is from a library. If you want to cd to penetration testing, we can also do that. All right, let's say we are already in a library. Why how do you move back to documents? There it's actually simple. You do cd then period period. So when you do dot dot, it means the former folder. As you can see, we are now back to the document right now. So we are back to the document, and if you want to go again, you can do cd then again period period again, then we are back again. So that's how we move front and back within the file system. So I've actually talked about that. So too, I'm going to put a steady talk on it. So who am I now? Who am I command actually lets you understand who you are on the computer. So if you say who am I, you can see it say Gabriel right now, which means it is Gabriel that log in right here. So let me just show you that. Maybe I switch from to switch from one user to another, you need to use the su command. So which means let me include this guy, the su command to switch user like that. So I want to switch, then followed by in front right here the name of the user I want to switch to. So I want to switch to root, then I need to enter the password for that particular user I want to switch to. If I didn't type that wrong, because my hand flipped, I know I typed that wrong. So I'm going to enter my password. Your own password might be Kali, or it should be root itself. It's either your own password is Kali or it is root. So if I say who am I, it say I am root. So that's what I want to say, which means I've actually switched from Gabriel to root. Then I can just use exist like that to log out from root. Then if I do who am I, it said I am Gabriel again. So those one are very very important. I think we've talked about su, which is being used for switch user. Alright, so I'm just going to clear the screen. So if you want to clear the screen, I told you you can use clear, or if you have, you can just press Ctrl L. It's do the same thing. Ctrl L don't actually clear the screen. It just puts you on a new what's called fresh on a new screen for you to have everything clean neat for you. So we first talk about who am I. Let's talk about echo command. So echo command actually help us to echo into the terminal. So let's say echo hello. Okay, let's just put this in quotation, echo hello world. So it's echo hello world. So it helps us to print something to the console like that. So and also this is actually using a bash. We are still going to talk about bash scripting, where I'm going to explain to you what all this thing is being done, is being processed by the computer itself. But it's just so essential for us to just get familiar with the command. So if you want to say echo what is your name, so it's going to echo it for us. So anything we try to echo is going to just echo it inside the console for us, and that's why I say print into the console like that. So just like saying print something, echo something. So now we have cat. We've not actually talked about cat. Okay, cat actually helps us to view the content of a file. So what I would do is that this file right here, this leaf pad that I open right here, I'm just going to press Ctrl S. So I'm going to save it to the desktop, and I'm going to name it command.txt like that. Okay, so I've actually saved it. So to locate it, the first thing we need to do to know where we are, then I say present working directory. It said I'm in Gabriel, then I can say list whatsoever is here. So it's listed. It says these are the informations right here. Then I have the desktop here. This is desktop right here. So I can say cd to desktop. Then I'm inside the desktop. Then ls, what we have in desktop. You can see this is actually what we have in desktop. The folder I saved to the desktop right now has already appeared in the desktop. It say command.txt and so on like that. Then what I can do is just I can say cat, which means concatenates file, this particular file. Do you understand right now? Then the name of the file, which is command.txt, and you can see when I cat file, it cats the content of the file, which means it concatenates the content of the file into the console. So this is just actually how it works like that. So what he's trying to do is just to concatenate whatsoever I have here into the console. So that is how this command work. Do you have any basic command that I've not actually covered because it's so essential? I think those are the basics command that you need to get familiar with. That is very very essential, and understand the syntax behind it. Once you understand the syntax behind it, it's so essential. Okay, let me show you another one. Another command is what is, okay, what is man, then the man. So what is actually, it explain, let me say it explain what a command is to you. So that's actually what the what is command, that's what is do. And if you say man, man actually shows the manual page for a command. So if you need anything, if you are confused, there is a man installed already with Linux system that if you to get, let me see, keeping tracks of whatsoever information you need to get about the particular command. So for example, if I say what is ls, so it gives me information about ls. Can you see it explain what a command is to you? It say list directory content, that's the meaning of ls. So when I say what is cat, it say concatenate file, and I think I need to view this. If I say what is cat again, say concatenate files and print on the standard output. So you can, it's just so important for you, just in case you are stuck, you forget what the command is doing, just ask that, okay, so what is a command? And another thing is ls. Now we are still going to go into advanced, so this is just a basic of it because there's still more advanced on all this command. Okay, probably maybe you want to know more of what you can do with ls. So okay, what are the things I can do with ls? What are the more things I can do? You can just say man ls. So then it's going to show you the manual page for ls. So you can see this is a manual page for ls. Then you can see it says the name is it's this called directory content, and it's what's called the syntax right here. It gives us the description of it, list information about the files, the current directory by default, sort entries alphabetically if none of tag cf of this. And you can see all these, you say mandatory arguments to long option are mandatory for short options too. So we have the short version, then the long version. So do not ignore entries starting with dot, so which actually means to list all content in the directory. And you can see all these arguments and everything that we can also do with it. So let me just show you one, the one that are very very important. Okay, so we say we have an argument tag a or tag or, so we can, which means we can do ls tag a. You can see it lists some of information that it's not even listing when we are when we just do ordinary ls. You can see when we do ordinary ls we have this very few information, but what we do ls tag a like that, we have for this full information of a thing. Like so, those you can see, that is another thing, that is another information that man can review. So man ls again. Okay, if you look at it, we have all this lot of this information. So use a long listing format, so ls tag a la, which means that we can do ls tag l2. So you can see it's list a very very long listing format for us. When we get to users and permission, I'm going to explain what all these guys is, or what all this information is to you all one by one. So we can do ls tag la, so the combination of all and a long listing directory. So you can see we still have much more information right here that it's been listed to us. You can use the man command with any function. Doesn't mean to be, it doesn't have to be only ls. As a matter of fact, you can use man what is like that. So you can see it still give us some of the information about what is itself. Say the verbose, to print verbose, or maybe the verbose means to print one message or something. So let's try that one. So what say, let's say what is tag v, so followed by ls. It's a long listing, then that's not verbose, we don't see anything. Let's try another one. Man what is, so we have the d, the r, the w, the l. Do not trim output to the terminal with, okay. All right, so let's just, if you notice something when I say what is ls, is actually, it actually okay, let me say what is change directory. What is mm, what is present working directory? You can see it tried to print. He tried to cut this off because of the size of my terminal. He tried to cut it off, but let's just try something again. So let's say what is man what is like that. You can see we have this option tag L that say do not trim output to terminal width. So if you do what is tag L of present working directory, you can see it doesn't, this one that we execute without using the tag L arguments, it prints it to our console and try to cut off the information because of the width of our terminal. But once we use tag L, it print everything to us. It doesn't care about the width of our terminal. So that is actually what man can do. So if you want to know more about man itself, you can do man. So that's actually funny, man. So man actually prints all the information about manual page itself. It tells you what you can do with man. I say man ls, you can see display manual page for item program ls. Man dot 7 display terminal page for micro page package for micro package in man from section 7. So all this information is just there for you to look at. So all right, these are the basics command that you will see me using throughout the course of this course. So just going to see in the next tutorial, please.